Hi, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about homemaking, homeschooling, and faith. And today I am going to share with you the curriculum choices for my son. He is newly 6 years old and will be doing mostly second grade this year. And I thought I'd share my curriculum choices mostly because I love watching other people's curriculum ideas to see what other people think, because I don't know a lot of people. Actually, I don't know anybody in my life who homeschools. So it's good to share and be able to get some information online. So let's see. Let's get started. 1 minute, guys. I do have a really sore throat. So I'm going to try to make it through this. And I'm going to just start with his language arts, which is language and literature level 2. And this is The Good and the Beautiful. I know it's really popular. I have not actually used this up until now, but I've kind of pieced together my own curriculum choices for him, and that's really worked. But I was hoping to get something that was kind of like open and go, and I didn't have to do quite as much putting the lessons together. So that is my choice. I'm sure you're probably familiar with this. I don't know what's really to come in here. I can't give a full opinion on if we like it, but it definitely is beautiful. And it seems simple enough to follow so far, but we haven't actually started. We're going to be starting these books next week. So it seems like it definitely includes quite a bit. It says that their language arts course includes phonics, writing, reading, grammar and punctuation, spelling, literature, geography, and art. So that's really neat. This is a big book, though. Does anyone else find these big books sometime intimidating? I don't know. I like the smaller books. It just seems a little, I don't know. I think it tricks my mind into thinking it's not going to take forever to complete. But these are really pretty books, and I like that they still have color, because a lot of second grade choices I found didn't have color, and I think my son definitely needed color to try to keep his attention. So that was one thing. I actually bought this a while ago, back in March, on their major sale they have. I think only once a year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the language arts. And then I have these that go with it. The reading booster card C. Let's take a quick little look in here. I do like that these books are really well made. They're like a thick cover and glossy, because you can probably see it's catching one of my lights in my room. So I'm actually really excited, and I like that this had like things to go with it, so I didn't have to go and try to do a lot of supplements for language arts, because last year I bought a ton of different stuff to make it work, and I just kept adding. I actually bought more than I needed, so I thought that was good. And I really like the idea of this book, Molly and the Falcon, just because it is student, and then it's like parent or teacher reading, if you can see right there, here, and then now here's the parent. And I like it. So these are chapter books, and it tells you what to read. And I really like that theirs are bigger and it's spaced out more than the adult section, because me and my son read a lot, and excuse me, oftentimes we do this, even if it doesn't say it, where he'll read a little bit, then I'll read a little bit, and so on and so forth. And he enjoys stealing my parts, so this will help him really stick to it. And then the next one is The Wesley and the Wolves by Jenny Phillips, and this is also part of the Good and Beautiful language arts curriculum. And again, it's the same thing. These little reader books that go with the student, and then the parent or the teacher. And these two books are hardcover, so I like that too. Less likely to get damaged or ripped, so that's beautiful. So that was the whole language arts right there. So that's language arts out the way. The only other thing that I kind of bought in that area is the second grade spelling workbook, just because it looks fun and it helps him spell without, like, you know, pressure. Because right now, and we probably will keep doing that, we use a composition book, And then I will just tell him in the book to label 1 to 10. Oh, excuse me. My mouth is so dry. I'll tell him label 1 to 10, and then he'll go through and he'll write them as I say them. And I'll tell him just sound them out the best he can. And then we'll go through, and if he has 1 or 2 wrong, then we'll rewrite those on the next page. Okay, but this is full of nice stuff. I can't do like a super good flip through because obviously holding these books up is probably not the best way to do this. So if anybody's interested in a flip through of any of these books, let me know. But I really do like this. This is 95 pages. Lots of like crosswords and fill in the blanks and a little bit of like this one, fill in the sentence. I like to play with my best blank, and then they give you all these options. So they get a little writing practice as well as word recognition and spelling. So I'm really excited about that. And then match up the word. So it's a lot of these. And you know what I really like about this book? It is very durable, high quality. Some of the workbooks, if you're not careful, are like very thin and they're easy to rip. And this definitely has... Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm dropping stuff right off my lap. Oh no, oh no. Celine Power Pizza here. Too many books. What was I saying? But these pages are definitely thicker than most basic workbooks you would get. And that, I guess I can go next into, I think these are the same. And I got this one because I have this one that we barely did because, like I said, I had so many different books and activities and games, which we'll still be using a lot of the games that we did get. But we actually started this very, like at the end of the school year, and we didn't really work on it in the summer. So we're just going to use this same first grade geography workbook because I don't feel like the grade really matters with this so much. And it does help like learn where you're going, how to find like north, east, west, where you're going with your compass. And I do like that if you look here, which my son loves doing this so far, is when you do a lesson, you come back and then you color in the star of what you did. As you see, he did multiple colors, so he finds that very enjoyable and satisfying. So that's great. And again, the book is very durable. It's thick. It's a lot about continents and labeling and finding things by using your compass. Let's see. Can you see that? So I think he is going to still do well in the same book. I don't really think it's worth me going and buying a second grade geography book. And we do a lot about learning our own area, but I think this will be a big help and we'll definitely complete this year. But these two books, who are these by? Anne Richmond Fisher. And this one doesn't actually say a name, but they're on Amazon. I can link them below in case you're interested in either one of those. Okay, and then I guess we'll go into science because I already kind of did geography. It's kind of similar. So I'm going to be using this year. And I got this used for, I don't know, maybe $6, maybe on eBay. I had it last year, but we didn't get to it. And I think it'll be good because they have like a ton of experiments and we weren't really super duper into experiments last year. But I'm going to try my hardest to get back into doing these. And if not me, I think his father likes these things a little more than I do. But it's a whole bunch of different things. I did read through a few of them, but we're really going to try to do them this year. I think the picture on the front is so cute. And it's experiments and explore God's world. Let's see. They have different games on bones and the body. It's all really nice. So if you're interested in this, I'm assuming you could probably find it pretty cheap used. I'm pretty sure this is not a newer book. So we'll be using this. And I do believe this is probably appropriate for like 6, 7. So we're in a good ballpark with that one. So that's Big Bible Science. And then I'm going to also do The Good and Beautiful. The big book of science stories, Fields and Flowers, because we started a garden this year. And that has been really interesting to him. So we've been reading a lot of books on gardening. here and doing a lot of things, learning to grow different vegetables. And these pictures, I mean, they're just so beautiful. That alone, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And we actually did read, I'm trying to think, I think it was a book about gardens from The Good and the Beautiful. I don't have it right this moment, but these are so adorable. And their books also, by the way, are really high quality. Like the pages are thick and glossy. And I actually got this used. I did not order this from the website because someone locally was selling theirs for a really good price. And then it was the parents guide that came with it. So I really think this is going to be fun. Look at that. I also bought a unit study for him off of... No, that one wasn't off Etsy. I actually got a free unit study on honeybees, and I think we're going to get started on that next week since it's still warmer and we talk a lot about bugs and bees. I also did buy one on ticks because, you know, getting bit by a tick is very scary, and I figure him learning more about it now would be good, and then we can refresh next year. Okay, so that was science, language arts, and geography, spelling. So next, I'm going to go right into, how about handwriting? Now, this will be the first time as well doing handwriting with the Good and Beautiful. This is handwriting level 2, but I do like that it's has the spiral binding versus the flip. But I have not used this before, but I think it'll be just fine. Doesn't seem like we're going to have any issue with it. And in the previous 2 years, he used handwriting with tears. That's what it is. So we got through 2 of those, and they're nice, but I think he gets bored like midway through. So I'm really hoping kind of changing it up. But we do finish them, but I'm hoping by changing them up that he'll be a little more interested in handwriting. We don't do it as often, especially if the lesson has a lot of writing in it. But I did think this was just really cute, and it's very organized, nice and easy to follow. And I really think he's going to have a good time. I do like the little pictures too. Like this one is for January, and they have like the little different trees that they can draw and color to copy. So I think that's awesome because it also includes like this mini little art lesson. And my son, he draws pretty nice, but he does not like to draw. Like you have to like sit down and doodle with him or he won't. Again, that's the handwriting level 2. Now, if this does not work or this gets boring for him, which I don't see happening, but I do have other handwriting that I bought like extra last year and we did not use it. So before I buy anything else other than this, I will go and get something off the shelf and give that a try so that I'm not being wasteful. And I think this was like $15 and change. If I'm correct, I did buy this one off the website with all the language arts course. Okay, and then I guess this kind of goes with language arts too, but this is excuse me guys, my throat is so dry. Easy Peasy second reader, and this is part of the Easy Peasy all-in-one homeschool. Now this is actually a free curriculum if you do not buy it and you just want to go and print it off yourself. I also think they have it where you can do it online at your own pace, but I don't want to do that using screens so early because I would have to probably use most of it to help him through it and make sure. So I might as well just do it myself. Because at this age, you know, they need a lot of help and explaining, and that's what we're there for as homeschooling moms or dads. But it's I'd rather just have it here and then you can highlight or you can mark where you read or use a bookmark. It's just really easier for me. And plus, where I live, sometimes you have great internet and sometimes you don't. So I wouldn't really want to bank on that completely. Okay, so I have I don't know, when did I get this? I think these are on Amazon. I got these stuff from Amazon. I'm sorry guys, I deal with a lot of brain fog, so sometimes you just have to bear with me because I kind of forget for a moment or just kind of go blank. But these two were on Amazon, and I think together, like maybe $20 together. It really wasn't a lot. I can also link these if you're interested in them. And again, here's a thinner book, like workbook for him, so I don't feel so overwhelmed. That's pretty thin. Look at that one. This one's thicker, but this is like all the reading, so I'm not really surprised. And so far, it seems very simple. Let's check this out. Like the first lesson starts here and ends here. Okay, so, and this is reading a Mother Goose nursery rhyme, and this is Little Bo Peep. And then lesson 2 is some more poems by Mother Goose. And it goes, and as you go on, obviously it does advance with different poems, and then it'll get into stories and chapters. But it starts very nice and easy to give you a good warm-up before you're like really into heavy reading. So I think, because see, by the time you get to like lesson 109, it's quite different, and they're wanting more answers. And then 2, they have these, which I don't believe that the 2nd grade reader really starts until lesson 21. I believe that the first 21 lessons are in here without a worksheet. It's just a few questions to go over for comprehension and making sure they understand. And then by the time you get to lesson 21, then lessons will start popping up for them to do in vocabulary. And then little activities. So that was like lesson 21. This is lesson 25, and then lesson 27. So every day of reading doesn't come with a worksheet and writing. So I think that's great, because sometimes young kids don't want to write a whole lot, and I can understand. And then finally is my math, and this is what I'm using. You can't see what's in here, but this is the Good and Beautiful math. And of course, I didn't realize when I started printing it that it flips this way, but I'm just going to take them out, and we're going to do it like that, and then clip them back in so they don't get lost. And that's fine. And next time I'll either figure out how to print it and then when I want, or go, pay for it to be done and bound. But also, again, very nice. It seems like these are very simple sheets. Right here. Fill in. But it seems like it's actually not only, an attractive, good-looking course, but it does seem like it has a lot of, things he needs to learn, and very simple where he can grasp it, because he really likes math. He can grasp it pretty easily for most things. So I didn't even print, because this is a small. I did not print the whole thing. I think I printed like unit 1, because I think it comes in maybe 4 units, I want to say. I don't know. But I printed out like the first unit, but I think it's 4 if I'm not mistaken. So again, math 2. And I only printed this out because obviously it was free, which is great. But it's because I got this used. Well, it was open and stuff, but I don't think she actually ended up using it. So hopefully everything's there, because I didn't really double check that. But I'm sure it is. But she seemed like a very wonderful lady that I got the science from. But because I got the box, then I felt like, well, I should just print off the math and try that. However, I probably will be going back and forth, because before I got that, I got this. And again, this is Easy Peasy Math workbook, and they do have a parent's guide. These are also very, very cheap, or again, you can go print out for yourself or have your child do it online. But it's very simple. It is, the only reason I think 2 was because, again, I said color, and there's no color in this. But I think, he has to get used to that, because as you're getting older, a lot of things are not going to be in color anymore. But I also think that this looks like a pretty good workbook. I'm not sure I really need the parent's guide for this. So I'm considering, if anyone's tried Easy Peasy workbooks and curriculum, let me know. I haven't, again, I have no homeschooling community that I know of at this moment, so I can't really ask anybody. But I do foresee that I will also be using this book. I'm probably not going to finish this, but I do think I might switch back and forth just to, I guess, make sure I have everything covered, or use one, like maybe if I use the Good and Beautiful for the, I guess I'll say like the main course or main workbook that I might pop in here. Because honestly, the Good and Beautiful, as much as I like it, I'm not saying you have to homeschool all day. But like normally, once we really get into our work, I think a lot of the Good and Beautiful lessons are like 1 or 2 pages, and we usually do quite a bit more of that. Like that would be a really short math lesson in my opinion, unless for some reason he wasn't grasping something and we were kind of going over it. And still, I would probably do the best we could and then circle back tomorrow or the next day on that same subject. And I will just skip instead of struggling on something, and then when it comes a little easier in a couple days, then we go back to it. So this is like lesson 3, which is wonderful. So that's 1. Let's see here. So that's page 8, 9, 10. Is that it? Hold on. These pages are sticking together, guys. 10. So that's what I mean. So the lesson 3 is pages 8 to 10. So it's 2 pages. So for example, if he goes through that like super fast, I feel like it would be like, hey, we did math for like 15 minutes. That's not enough for me. So I would likely just either continue on in the book, or if I find something with the same topic, do a page or 2 out of here for practice that same day, because they have shapes and, you know, the daily week practice. And don't get me wrong, all these, see this one, like this lesson 27, it's just the 1 page. So I will probably be combining this just so he has enough work to do, and I feel like he's really catching on to the subject. So that is all of our curriculum choices for the 2026 to 2027 school year. And I'm trying to think if it's something, I do have like a lot of reading books I bought for him that we're going to go through this year outside of the easy peasy reading. So I might make a video sharing that soon. But this, oh, wait a minute. See, gotta try to remember things. It is one more thing, and then I'm going to let you go because this video is getting very long. So is these little books for Not Consumed Ministries. And they're so cute because look, they come with stickers in the back. And I'm trying to see, like they all come with something different. This one I think is like a bookmark and a little prayer card. Maybe they're memory verses, I'm not really sure. But these are great. And we're excited for these too. So these are Bible studies. So if you're into Bible study, or if you want to do Bible lessons with your kiddo, they have all different grades. So this is the primary, but I think they have maybe 3 other options if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while because I also purchased these months ago. But this is Fruit of the Tongue. And the pictures here are kind of remind me of the Good and Beautiful. They're smaller books, but they're really beautiful pictures. And they're kind of to the point, but get the message across. Like this one says, death and life are in the power of your tongue. Your words should offer praise, be kind, be true, bring healing, share Christ, be pure, be humble, be thankful, be peaceful, be respectful. Things we definitely want to teach our kids. And see, this is day 1. And these are short books too, so I don't think I'll find these overwhelming. Good fruit or bad fruit. It talks about Proverbs 18, 20 to 21 right there. And then it says, draw a tree with good fruit and a tree with bad fruit. So I think that'll be fun. I think the lessons are nice. And it gives you all days, day 10, day 12. I think it's like, is it 14, 15 days? I don't know if they're all exactly the same, but for this one is a 20 day. So this is the last page, and that's day 20. So I figured we don't always have to work out here, of course, because I want to read the Bible and I have some other Christian things, but maybe every other month, or maybe we'll go through them fast, and then, you know, come January, maybe we'll find some other things. But that's this one. There is also Strong Roots, which I was also interested in. And I know he will love, love, love this one because this is for Christmas time. We love Christmas here. And this one comes with Adoration at the Manger sticker. So what kids does not love stickers. Aren't those beautiful though? I love them. I want a set, right? I was one of those kids who really, really liked stickers. So this one is Not Consumed Ministries, Adoration at the Manger Primary again. And this one's actually a little thicker than the other books. They're all fairly thin though. And this one, I think is special because I think it gives you like all the little songs. I don't know if you guys can see that really well. But again, I can do flip throughs or I can make videos featuring just specific parts of the curriculum. If anyone's interested, just let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. So that, and then for example, day 1 is Come Adore Him, and you get to read it and draw. You have the Bible scriptures. I'm trying to make sure you can kind of see this instead of me holding it back so far. Emmanuel will come. I just think this is beautiful, and he's gonna love it for Christmas time in the city. The King will come. I just think these are really wonderful. They're simple, they're to the point. They're not too long because I'm sure on days when we're doing a whole bunch of math or reading that you're trying to hold a 6-year-old's attention. So short at this point will be sweet. So you have that one, and I'm not going to open these all because, again, it's getting late. But this one is, what is this one? Immeasurable Treasure, a Bible study on God's character. So I love all of these. So these, I think I bought 4 of them and maybe one for myself to do alongside him. Because, again, this is primary, but for each one of these, they have adult, and then they have for older children as well. And then, again, this is the fruit one. You have the stickers. You have the little bookmark. So I think these are awesome. And then this one, these are the different things and challenges. So this one says, select a family member or friend that you would like to share good fruit with and tell them one kind, one loving, and one joyful thing. So I think that's really great. That it kind of, again, they're little studies, but everything kind of comes with it, and then you can read more in the Bible. But you don't have to buy like a lot of extra things to do any of these. So we are officially all done. I don't have anything else sitting around that I forgot about. And I'm really excited for this year. My son is excited. And I hope that you guys are excited to restart, if you haven't started already, your homeschooling journey. And I pray that everyone has a wonderful and a blessed and a very safe, peaceful school year, right? Okay, well, guys, it's been a joy. And please, okay, I am still having brain fog, guys. Okay, so please leave your comments below about any of the curriculum that you want me to show in more depth, or any questions you might have, and I will link what I can below. And I hope you have a wonderful and a blessed day.